You are a slave to your desires, a slave to your urges. The moment you get an impulse, you have to beat your meat. You have to slap off. You cannot control your thinking process, which means you are enslaved. Now, it's very important for you to control yourself, because if not, this is going to be your downfall. Your productivity is going to be down. You're going to procrastinate. You will not be the best version of yourself. And the devil has got you in the headlock, man. So let's break it down, man. How you can control your urges. You see, controlling your urges, your impulses, is the hardest battle you will face in this lifetime. There's nothing more challenging than controlling your urges, your emotions, because in the moment, it feels like it's controlling you. It feels like there's nothing you can do about it. Like the power or the force is beyond your control. So you have to realize that you are in control, and it's a journey that you must embark on in order to get self-control or get self-mastery. It's a very important journey for a man or any person to control their impulses, because if you behave according to your impulses and your desires, you're simply going to be a slave to yourself, to the lust. So you have to practice self-control. You must be able to control the way you think, the way you feel, and behave according to what you want to do rather than what you feel. A lot of people are caught up in their feelings. Oh, I feel this way, so I have to behave this way. I feel tired, I must sleep. I feel angry, I must punch someone. That's in unconsciousness right there. The moment you raise your consciousness, you raise your awareness, then you're able to make decisions that are logical rather than just out of emotions. Now, first step, like I say in every NoFap and theme retention video, is triggers. What is triggering you? What is bringing the emotion on? What is heightening your urges? You have to identify it. In order to beat the enemy, you have to fight the enemy. In order to beat the enemy, you have to first identify the enemy. If you don't know who your enemy is, if you don't know what is against you, then there's no way you can overcome it. Do you understand? So, again, there's plenty of triggers. There's social media, there's boredom, there's lack of purpose, there's friends maybe who are pushing you towards that direction. Eliminates or at least control them urges. Social media, take a break from it. Delete applications. You understand? Boredom, fill your time up with productivity. If it's your particular friends that are always talking about that, spend less time with them. So do what you can to identify the triggers and to limit or eradicate the triggers completely. That's the first step, because you cannot be positive in a negative environment. The seed cannot grow to a plant if it's not in a fertile ground. You understand? So that's first step. Now, the biggest thing you need to do is transmutation. All of that urges, all of them emotions is just energy. Look at it as energy. That strong desire you feel, it's energy. What are you going to do with that? Are you going to take that energy and waste it? Or are you going to take the energy and turn it into a positive? Turn that into a workout, turn that into, some content, turn that into a business, you understand? It's heightened energy. View it differently. Change your perspective. Look at the urge as energy. Oh, wow. So when it comes, you feel like, wow, I have so much energy. What should I do with that? Let me go on a run. Let me do something with it. Instead of me drowning in the energy or letting the energy take me over or making me do something I don't want to do. You understand? So transmutation is the key. And that goes with any emotion. If you feel anger, if you feel frustration, stress, anxiety, depression, whatever you feel, take that energy and turn it into something positive. You become an alchemist that way. You take one substance and you turn it into something else. You turn the negative into the positive. You turn the dark into the light. That's how you have to go about it. Because there's no point trying to fight it, bro. Just use it. It's like the wind. You have to go with the wind and take it towards, just like when people used to sail and the wind's blowing, they use the force of the wind in order to direct the ship. That's all it is. That's the biggest game changer. And before you get caught up in your urges, your emotions, make sure you say a prayer. Say a prayer. Talk to the source. Talk to the creator. Talk to nature, whatever you believe in. Because there is a negative force, there's a positive force. So say a prayer. Ask God for strength. Ask him for guidance. Ask him for, wisdom. Ask him to beat this energy. Use every element. The spiritual element is something that a lot of people don't talk about. We're so caught up in the physical world, the material world, that we forget there's a spiritual force behind everything. Everything happens spiritually before it happens physically. So if you're not able to take the spiritual energy or utilize it, then you're just going to be a victim of all the worldly desires. You feel what I'm saying? So say a prayer, especially when it's, you know, when the emotion or the urges get so high, say a prayer, man. Especially if you're religious, you already know how to pray. If you're not religious, then tap into where you need to tap into. But pray, because this is a spiritual battle. Now, the biggest thing you can do, the most underrated thing that you can do, and that's not spoken about in any semen or no-fat video I've ever seen, is breath work. Now, breath work is phenomenal. Breathwork will change your life completely. This is beyond just no-fap and your urges. Because the moment you do breathwork, you're able to control your thinking, slows down, your circulation, your body, you know, functions properly. Everything is stabilized so that you can make the right choice. And if everything stabilized means you have consciousness. For you to behave unconsciously, that means there is a imbalance in your brain. That means you are, you know, focusing attention in the wrong way. But if you do breath work, which there are different types of breath work you can do, will completely give you self-control. Whether you're angry, whether you feel the urge to blow your seed, whether things are not going your way, or frustration, stress, any emotion you feel, stop and practice this. Now, I'm going to make a separate video on breath work, but just quickly, I'm going to talk about the 4-4-4 breathing. Box-to-box breathing is called. So you inhale for 4 seconds, you hold for 4 seconds, and then you release for 4 seconds. If you do that for 5 to 10 minutes or even a few minutes, ideally outside where you got fresh air. If not, you can still do it indoors. When you do that, you'll see you automatically become in control over yourself, in control over your emotions, in control over your desires, your urges. You're able to make a conscious decision. So I highly recommend that, and I will be making a separate video just on breathing techniques that will help you. So breath work, that's another thing you can do straight away in order to gain control. Also, remember I told you it's energy. The best way to utilize the energy is to do a physical activity. Going for a long walk, running, workout, push-ups, something physical. If you're not physically active, then there's no way you can control your urges, because the emotions is building. When you do a physical activity, you're depleting your energy levels. You're depleting, you know, your muscles, and everything is just down, so that the heightened emotion is not there anymore. Self-control is automatically regained when you do a physical activity. You feel relaxed, you feel in control, you're thinking clearly, blood circulation is on point. You understand? So physical activity is a must. I work out daily personally because that's just my medicine. You understand? But the more active you become, the less likely you are to blow your seed. The less active you are, the more likely you are to blow your seed, watch them dirty sides, or to have lack of self-control. So remember every single thing I said in this video. So first step is what? Identify the trigger points. What's triggering you? So when you do identify it, limit it or eliminate it. Secondly, pray. Say prayers to the Almighty, the source. Say a prayer in order to combat it spiritually. Breath work will give you control, will give you stabilized, you know, mindset, and you can make the right decision. And physical activity must be done consistently in order for you to deplete them urges and that. That's the video summarized, man. Make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to hit the red subscribe button. Leave a comment down below. Connect with me in the description, and keep fighting.